So, after my conversation about the need to recognize there's a difference between curing and treating the disorder, there's something else that I've had a lot of conversations with that I feel could be better addressed, and that is the concept that some of us dealing with mental illness need time to ourselves, to process, to think, to consider, maybe even to sort out thoughts. And when this happens, a lot of times people in our lives seem to believe that we're trying to withdraw or pull away. It can even be taken as a form of depression, and in some cases that might be true. But in others, and for me personally, there are times when I go through this kind of closing off because I have a lot going on in my mind and I don't know how to put these things into words. So instead of really coming out and talking about them, I kind of close off. I kind of become silent, and I push the people in my life away, not because I don't want them there, not because I'm tired of them, not because I'm mad at them, but simply because right now I'm dealing with something that maybe they can't help with or they can't understand. And I think this is something a lot of people really need to learn, because I've noticed that there's a lot of individuals who can come forward and say, hey, yeah, I know exactly what you mean, I've been there. And I wish people would just kind of say, hey, are you okay? Or ask me if there's something they can do to help. And if I say no, or ask them just to give me time, that they understand it's for me, it's not against them, it doesn't have anything to do with their presence, it's just a time I need for myself. And I know this can be really difficult, especially for individuals who love someone who's going through this period where they kind of need to close off or pull away. And I don't really know how to help others understand that during this time is not against them. It has nothing to do with them personally. It's truly something that is for me. And it's part of my process. It's part of my healing. It's a piece of me that's necessary. And I think that if others could learn to understand that those with mental illness need this time at different points, then they would see a lot of different changes with them, and they could better understand some of the stuff that they're not talking about. So what I want you to really consider when you see one of your friends struggling with needing that time to pull away or to process, that continue to be supportive, but don't try to force yourself on them. Don't try to force your presence, because that's just going to make them kind of go further into their shell. It's not against you. Do not take it personally. It's literally something that needs to be done for a personal reason. And I know it's hard to understand if you've never been there. And I'm sorry that there's no better way to explain it. Again, I don't apologize for most of the things I do, but I would like to use this platform as a way to try to help others understand why they see certain actions or certain behaviors. And one of the major ones I see, like right now, presently, I'm dealing with a lot of stress and presence of some of the symptoms of other parts of my disorders, not just the bipolar that I live with. And as a result, I'm kind of pulling back. I need time to really figure out what's going on in my mind. And I know that there's people in my life who know me and are close to me that are suffering because of this, and I can't apologize, because I can't be sorry for trying to take care of myself and trying to deal with my own thoughts and my own issues. So when you see someone withdrawing or pulling back, again, be supportive. Do not jump to conclusions. Do not assume that it's something to do with you personally. Understand that they may just need that time for themselves. They are trying to process something. Maybe there's a death in the family, or there's a job, or maybe it's financial stress, or perhaps it's even something as simple as they just don't feel quite like themselves today. So just be patient, give them time, but be supportive. Continue to let them know you're there if they need you, but also let them have that time to themselves. Let them have time to process, to think, to find the words that they need to maybe help bring you inside. And I hope this really is a message that you can understand, because I know there's a lot of people that have come to me and said, that is so true. That's something I really understand. That's something I can comprehend. But unfortunately, the people in my life look at me like I'm just insulting them because I need that time, and it's something I need for myself to be healthy. So just consider that the next time you have someone in your life who may be trying to pull back. Do keep alert for possible signs of depression and even suicidal thoughts. I'm not saying that doesn't happen in those times, but understand there is a difference between needing time to process, to heal, to clear your head, and there's a difference between that and suicidal depression. When it's unclear, be a little more supportive, but again, you may not need to force yourself there, because more than likely, if they're still trying to communicate, they are trying to let you know they still care. They just need the time to process. And that's pretty much my main point for the day. I hope that helps out understanding why it does happen. Thank you.